Welcome to the Living Legends. I am Fayaz Qureshi. In this edition of the program, we speak to a person who has been in motorsport for the past 40 years. He won the Group and Formula 2 divisions in the WRC Safari Rally, navigating some of the best drivers from Kenya. He started an academy that has produced some of the rising stars and officials in rallying. Besides that, he writes a column on rallying. Our guest in this edition is award-winning navigator Abdul Sidi. Abdul Sidi, it's an extreme pleasure. Welcome to the Living Legends.
Thank you so much. Thank you to KBC. Thank you, Fayaz. And nice seeing you after so many years.
Yes, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, and thank you for inviting me.
And it's great to see you after such a long time. Correct. And let's discuss your amazing career. Okay, but let's go back to the start. Tell us about your early life and education.
Well, I'm lucky in a way. I didn't go beyond Form 1. But I've seen the best life in my career. I schooled in Chuka High School. Kiraito Murungi was my schoolmate.
Oh, interesting.
He went further up, and I told my parents I don't want to study, end of Form 1. They didn't ask me what I was going to do and where I was going to do.
Right.
And I'm here today. I've had very good life. I've enjoyed myself. Motorsport has taken me around the world, and I've navigated some of the best drivers in the world.
A prolific career as a navigator.
As a navigator.
And with some of the best drivers.
Very.
Like you said. Okay, how did this rally bug actually get to you? Let's put it this way.
It's really funny because me and my brothers, Askar Sidi and Anwar Sidi, we used to be very keen spectators. We used to leave Nairobi 4 o'clock on a Saturday morning, go to Mombasa. Rally was starting at night, watch the cars in Taitas and all that. When the rally is finishing in Mombasa, it's at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, we are driving back to Nairobi. And that was how keen we were. So we continued doing that, and we traveled around the country, and we became friends with Ian Duncan. And one time we were seated with Ian, and he said, Abdul, you're going to navigate Peter Hayes in the weekend's rally. That rally was Coca-Cola rally, 1,800 kilometers long. I had never seen pace notes, road book. I had never sat in a rally car. I said, no way. He said, you are. I've said it. So I said, anyway, let him have fun. Maybe he's somewhere else. Come this weekend, you'll have forgotten that he had asked me to sit in a rally car.
Right.
My friend, when it came Thursday, he says, I've already submitted your name. Toyota Corolla, Peter Hayes, Abdul Sidi, and we were 62 cars. 2-day rally, Saturday start, Saturday all day, Saturday night, Sunday back to Nairobi. We finished 16th and first in class. That was my blessing in motorsport.
Wow.
That is how
That was in the deep end. And you did extremely well.
And I must say, I must thank Peter Hayes, because I must have made quite lots of mistakes, but he never said anything. He never shouted at me. He never discouraged me, and he entertained me, and he kept me on the road. And from that time on, now it was going up. And I was learning, looking at the notes and all that. There are pace notes you're reading at every 30, 40, 50 meters.
You must be a real natural. When it just came to you.
It just came as if I'd been there for years. No.
It was meant for you. Rallying does hurt at times. And one of these moments for you was in 1989 with Grégoire de Mevis of Belgium.
Yeah.
Mevis, rather. After a good run in the Safari Rally, your gearbox decided to knock off, and you're about 200 kilometers away? How did it feel?
That time Safari...
Yet so close and yet so far.
The thing is, that time Safari was 5,800 kilometers, and we had done 5,600 kilometers. We had only 200 kilometers to go, and that time 200 kilometers, it was like 200 meters. Right. We had just one more control to pass and get to the finish. Yeah. And unfortunately, the Mazda 323 four-wheel drive car just stopped. Transmission didn't work, and that it was very disappointing. But that particular time, there's nothing to think about. What happened? It is you're out.
Yeah.
But that is something I look for. I look back and say, well, Gregoire gave me a chance. He was a world Group N champion, very good guy, and we had fun.
1994 with Patrick Giroux, you won the Group N in the Safari. That was a huge moment for both of you.
Fantastic moment. We were teammates with Colin McRae, Richard Bunce, and Patrick Giroux in the Subaru 55 team. And for us to finish 4th overall, beating then Richard Bunce, the former world champion. Colin unfortunately retired.
Right.
So Richard was 5th, we were 4th, and we were the winners of the Group N category. That was the first time FIA introduced Group N category in a World Rally Championship. To date is history. First, it's an African winning Group N, 4th overall.
It's a big moment.
Thing, big moment.
Yeah. A moment in time, like you say.
It's historic.
Yes.
So then also rallying with the greats of motorsport in the world, Richard Bunce, Colin McRae, very friendly guys, very helpful, and it was fun. Though they were rivals, but we never behaved like rivals. We behaved like one family.
Rallying is a risky sport, and in 1995, you suffered a crash, right? How was the rally so far at this point, and how big was that crash, and how did it affect you mentally?
We were doing well. Again, we are in the Subaru team, and we had just done full service. And let me tell you, that time things like the helmet and overalls were not compulsory. It was not regarded as a safety matter.
My God.
You had to just, but we were just putting on the intercoms and all that. So we had full service, 10 kilometers before entering Suswa. What happened is there was a turning to the right, medium right, and we must have been doing about 140 kilometers per hour, and he missed that turn and went straight. Fortunately, Suswa area, Siabeyo, it's flat.
Right.
So we went, there was a gutter, we hit it with the head and somersaulted 3 times this way, twice this way, and on its wheels.
Wow.
Luckily, I had a
no
cut.
helmets, no overalls at that time.
No.
And with the blessings of the Almighty, you're sitting here with us.
Yeah, I had a cut here, three stitches. I was okay. I'm lucky. If you compare something like that, which has happened to Tejveer Rai, the poor guy is still suffering. He had a somersault, and the advice to the normal passengers in a car: never keep your feet straight against the footrest, because when you have an accident from the front, it pushes you back and damages your back and all that.
That's very good advice.
Yeah, so it's very important. Never keep your feet straight. Keep them bending. If you have a crash, they bend. They don't unbend.
And that's not just in rallying, in any aspect.
Any aspect.
When you're driving a car.
I'm giving you advice. I've had it myself. Yeah. So yeah, it was a bad accident, and I had several before that, but this was the worst accident. But thank God, I'm okay. I was okay. We did well, and we retired.
Well done, and it's great to see you here with us, with the grace of the Almighty. How did that crash, obviously, change the car safety specifications in Kenya, then and over the years?
We've now seen lots of changes that you need to put on overalls, you need to put helmets, you must have, the driver must have gloves, all that. The driver cannot drive with the sleeves folded. Yeah, let me tell you, if an official of a rally sees you in the stage driving with sleeves up, all he's got to do is call the HQ and say so and so, sleeves folded, you're disqualified. There is no proof that they want. You're disqualified. So when you have a puncture or anything in the stage, when you get into the car, make sure the seat belts are tightened, you're seated properly well, your helmet is fixed, not that you're just wearing an intercom now. So all those things have now become very compulsory for your own safety. The roll bars are there. You cannot just go and buy pipes from River Road here, water pipes, to make a roll bar. These are FIA specification 34 millimeter. You cannot weld them, you cannot bolt them, they're MIG welding. And there's specific points where they are fixed, where they're joined. Safety is very important. I was lucky when we somersaulted 3 times, the car, the bodywork was damaged. It was held because of the roll bars and all that.
That's
and
amazing.
Fortunately enough, when we looked at the back, the car, the roll bar was just about few centimeters away from the fuel tank, which had been filled with F-gas. Slightly more, and there would have been a blast.
Yes.
So yeah, safety has really improved.
Now, I'm glad that they're extremely strict as well. There's code of conduct and there's discipline, and they're adhering to all the regulations. Which is great to hear.
You see,
that it's all being implemented.
The overalls, fireproof overalls, 80,000 shilling. And they are checked at scrutineering a day before the rally. If it has got a cut or helmet has got a scratch, something, no, my friend, out. If you don't have a new one, by tomorrow morning, don't come.
I'm extremely impressed by that. That's great.
First aid kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it doesn't have tablet of Aspro or whatever in there, you're out.
You're out.
Yeah.
Great. Now, fast forward to 1999, and you navigated on the best talents that didn't stay long in rally, Bimal Shah. What was that season like?
So we did quite well, and we finished second, third, second, and let me tell you, brilliant driver, spectacular, fun to read your notes and all that.
Right.
All the way the car is going sideways, and we still hold the record up Flospar, 21 kilometers, 44 corners, 0 to 4,000 feet up, 44 corners, hairpin rights, hairpin lefts, medium rights and all that, 15 minutes, 31 seconds. Nobody has beaten that record to date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done. I think I'll give you a round of applause for that one.
Yeah. So that's really memorable, because when I think of that, there was no way we were going straight anywhere. Yeah. It's from one corner to another, sideways.
Also tell us about your time with Phineas Kimathi. You won the Formula 2 class at the 1999 Safari Rally with him. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, fantastic drive. Hyundai, 2-wheel drive, and we were the first ever crew in the World Rally Championship to score points for the Hyundai team in the WRC. Up to date, we still hold the record. We finished 18th and first in class, and we were the only 2-wheel drive to finish. So the record still stands.
And these were all through Abdul Sidi Rally Academy?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I must commend you for that. Now, you write a column on motorsport. You use your name now, but you had a pen name before that, right? It was Twin Cat. Until Mado decided to let the cat out of the bag, then you were exposed. This is Abdul Sidi.
Yeah, Mado is a good friend, and he didn't mean anything bad by exposing
I think it was just
good guy, because he was also working for Nation,
right,
and I was writing for Nation, and
he possibly felt that you needed to be recognized at some point, I guess.
Let me tell you, even I started briefly writing, Form 1 education, I didn't have any idea. So people like Kishinga Jaroge, he was a Nation editor, he said, come Abdul, because we used to go and watch rally together, and he said, you write, we don't have a motorsport correspondent. I said, oh, me. So he got me a big typewriter, and one weekend he brought it to me at home. He said, you write. My friend, 500 words used to take me like 10 hours. I'm looking at this book here, that book there, copying. Yeah. So, and he encouraged me, and that's why from that time I got lots of experience through the encouragement I was getting from Kishinga and all that, and I've now become a renowned writer. I can write 500 words, is half an hour job, his story is there.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And Twin Cam was a column. The reason why I didn't want to, I was rallying and I didn't want to be known as Abdul Sidi writer, Abdul Sidi as navigator. When I'm writing down there, Abdul Sidi and the writer is Abdul Sidi, it didn't make sense. So I put Twin Cam, until Mado woke up one Saturday and this is Abdul Sidi, who is a Twin Cam behind there. So yeah.
I like the name Twin Cam.
Yeah. So
but it's great. People need to acknowledge you for what you do, for what you write, and you've done really well, Form 1, and you've really worked at it. I must commend you for that.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
with the return of the Safari Rally to the WRC calendar, what real changes in rallying are we witnessing?
Safari has been, I've sung about the olden Safari. The new Safari Rally is a lot different now. One, it's centered on a private land. Before we were going to Flospa and Cherenganis, all those areas. Now it's on a private land, KWS, Naivasha, Kenya Wildlife Services.
Right.
Yeah? And then you can't have a stage longer than 60 kilometers.
Right.
Before it was 250. Yeah. Now you're having 3 stages. They come and repeat in the afternoon. So 3 stages in the morning, service, go back, come back, sleep, tomorrow morning, do the same 3 stages and the rally is finished.
So it's a much easier Safari Rally,
yeah.
with much more sophisticated equipment.
Yeah.
When you look at in terms of cars, technology and etc.
The cars have become very fast, the drivers have become very daring, but to be honest, I don't like the present cars. I would rather sit in the old Nissan 240 RS, Nissan 200 SX, where it's full lock sideways, always sideways. But this one's the new cars, fly from one corner to another. It's hardly on the ground. The drivers are daring, yeah, and they're expensive cars, and they're purposely made for rallies. You can't buy those cars as standard cars.
So all the old Datsuns, that was old is gold,
Yeah.
but these are fast and furious,
Yeah, fast and
very daring drivers.
Yeah.
Skillful as well at the same time, I guess.
Yeah, very, very.
Now, a word to anyone who wants to join rallying. Would you
You're always
encourage them, inspire them?
Yeah, I am very pleased where you are always welcome. I've been teaching, I've stopped for the last couple of years because of COVID. I've been teaching at Ngara Sports Club and GP karting, Langata. These are the guys who have been providing me with the premises for free of charge because I don't charge.
Yeah.
So every Saturday from 2 to 4, yeah, and this is where the future kings and queens of rallies are produced. Now, at the moment, Tutamyunki, Wamboi was in Canada as a marshal, Formula 1. That's the first ever historic. She's my student.
Wow.
Helen Shiri, secretary at the Safari Rally, and the first ever lady representative in the FIA Female Commission is my student. Those are my students. So you want to be the next king or queen of rallying? You're welcome. I don't charge. Come and see me.
Well done. Excellent. Abdul Sidi, it's been an exceptional interview, a pleasure. You are an absolute legend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Faiz. Thank you, KBC. Thank you, all the people behind the cameras and all that. And it's always a pleasure when you're invited. The media plays a lot in someone's life. People should understand that. People should acknowledge the presence of the media. It repays lots of debts.
You're spot on there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdul Sidi, for gracing this edition of The Living Legends. He has seen it in rallying throughout his life, reading pace notes for Belgian star Gregoire de Mavis, Kenyan ace Patrick Giroux, and current Kenya Motorsport Federation President Phineas Kimathi. He is also known as Mwalimu, as he offers instructions at the Abdul Sidi Rally Academy. And besides that, he's a columnist on motorsport. It has been an extreme pleasure speaking to you, Abdul Sidi. I am Fayaz Qureshi. Thank you for watching.